What's the single worst day you've ever had? I was working double shifts as a dishwasher at this hotel downtown. The pay wasn't great, but I needed every dollar I could get for my daughter's braces. She's 12 and super self-conscious about her crooked teeth. I'd been saving up in this old coffee jar for months, putting away whatever I could spare after rent and groceries. My boss, Greg, was honestly the worst. This guy would lose his mind over anything. Leave a single spot on a plate, he'd scream at you in front of everyone. Come back from break 2 minutes late, he'd threaten to write you up. Everyone who worked there hated him, but we all needed the job. That Tuesday started off bad. There was this massive car accident on the highway that had traffic backed up for miles. I'm sitting there watching the clock, knowing Greg's gonna flip when I walk in late. 20 minutes past my shift start, I finally make it to the kitchen. Greg's face was already red before I even got my apron on. "You're late, Raymond!" he screamed loud enough for the whole kitchen to hear. "This is strike 2 for you, buddy. One more screw up and you're gone." I tried explaining about the crash, even showed him the traffic report on my phone, but he just waved me off and said he'd already written me up. The other dishwashers gave me these sympathetic looks, but nobody said anything. We all knew better than to get on Greg's bad side. The morning was already rough, but then around noon everything went completely sideways. This guest came down to the front desk claiming her engagement ring was missing from the bathroom upstairs. It was this huge diamond ring worth like $15,000. Hotel security pulled up all the footage from that floor. Turns out I was the only staff member who'd been in that bathroom around the time she said it went missing. I'd gone in there to clean and restock the towels like I always do. The cameras didn't show anything clear, but because I was the only one logged into that wing, they immediately blamed me. Next thing I know, the police are there asking me questions. Greg demanded I empty my pockets right there in front of everyone. The other dishwashers, the cooks, even some guests were watching. I turned my pockets inside out, took off my shoes, everything. I had nothing on me except my wallet and keys, but it didn't matter. Greg said they had to suspend me pending investigation. 20 minutes later, I'm walking out of there with no job and no idea when I'd be able to work again. The bus ride home was the longest 40 minutes of my life. I kept thinking about my daughter asking when she could get her braces, and I had no idea what I was going to tell her. When I got to my apartment building, something felt wrong. My front door was wide open. At first I thought maybe I'd just forgotten to lock it, but then I saw the mess inside. My TV was gone. My laptop that I'd saved up for 2 years to buy was gone. My daughter's PlayStation that she got for Christmas was gone. But the worst part was when I went to check the kitchen cabinet. The coffee jar where I kept all the money for her braces was completely empty. 3 months of double shifts, of eating ramen noodles so I could save an extra $10 here and there, all gone. My neighbor, Mrs. Kim, came over when she heard me yelling. She said she'd seen some guy in a gray hoodie running out of my apartment around 1 o'clock. She'd thought it was weird, but figured maybe it was a friend of mine. When she called the police, they basically said there wasn't much they could do with just a hoodie description. I sat there on my floor next to my broken coffee table, just staring at where my stuff used to be. No job, no money, no way to pay rent next month, and definitely no way to get my daughter those braces she needed. I felt like the biggest failure as a dad. That's when I noticed this crumpled up piece of paper that had fallen under the couch. It was this little note my daughter had written me last week in her shaky handwriting. It said, "You're the best daddy ever. We don't need fancy stuff, we just need you. Love, Mia." I cried harder than I had since her mom left us 3 years ago. 2 days later, the hotel called. Turns out another guest found the engagement ring wedged behind a drain pipe in a different bathroom. No apology from Greg. No sorry we ruined your life. Just, you can come pick up your final paycheck on Friday.